Hello everyone, my name is Laquan Williams, and in this video I wanted to discuss the subject matter of John Constantine, who has been played by Matt Ryan on the CW for about 6-7 seasons now. Is no longer going to be on the show. It was announced just a couple of days ago at the apparently they had a Comic-Con. I don't know if it was on I think it was online. I don't think it was in person, but they had their panels for different shows and movies and whatnot, and the CW TV networks the Legends of Tomorrow cast was there. I think it possibly was in person, limited probably for capacity, obviously due to this whole pandemic outbreak situation. So lots of these Comic-Con, obviously conventions and online discussions have been online instead of in person. They have a couple of conventions in person, but still throughout this year there obviously lots have been canceled and whatnot. But apparently it was announced just yesterday or a couple of days ago that John Constantine was going to play by Matt Ryan on the CW TV network show The Legends of Tomorrow, who came in about the third season after he made appearances on the Green Arrow show to help obviously Oliver Queen and the Team Arrow out, obviously when they needed him, needed some obviously help with magic and obviously whatnot. Is no longer going to be on the show, but he's no longer going to be playing that character on the show. He's playing another character. I was just like really obviously taken back by this, and if you're a John Constantine fan who's been watching like him on his TV and the show, his own solo show that he first had in 2014, which is the first time he played John Constantine, Matt Ryan right here, obviously the first live screen adaptation of him ever was Keanu Reeves, obviously, and his movie that came, the movie John Constantine obviously came out about 2004 or 5 if I'm not mistaken. I have it right here on DVD, and I also have Matt Ryan's TV show where he played John Constantine in 2014 and 15. He only had one season. It was 13 episodes. After this first season, NBC canceled it. It took about 2 years, and they were like holding up trying to release the DVD. I don't know why, but it seemed like out of spite to the fans, or just because they didn't like that they were done with the show, which I thought was kind of weird, because usually when networks are done with the show, they just don't mind getting rid of it, and they'll still make money off of it, obviously, if they ship the DVDs out. I got it on Blu-ray a couple of years ago on Amazon. But yeah, he's no longer going to be playing John Constantine on the show. The showrunner said that that they love Constantine, we want the best for him, but at some point you have to be honest about who that character is. I don't know what the hell that means, but this is Phil Klemmer. He told Matt Ryan, who plays John Constantine. I really don't know exactly what's going on as far as this whole ordeal with the show. I was trying to see what this video has. So it looks like, yeah, they're talking to Phil Klemmer and the rest of the cast. As I scroll through this video, it looks like they talked to them all online. So it looks like this whole Comic-Con thing was online panel. So that's what it looks like. They're talking to the whole cast, as you can see right here. I'm trying to scroll where it has everybody on the screen at once. Let me see. All right, here. So yeah, there's so let me see. Yeah, everybody's on the have everybody on the screen. See everybody that's on the show right here. I don't see Matt Ryan anywhere, but this is basically everybody. Mostly everybody except Katie. I don't see Katie Lotz on here. And Matt Ryan's missing. Who else? I think that's the only two. Oh, and Dominique Purcell is missing too, so not everybody is on here. Oh wait, here's Matt Ryan. So yeah, he's eventually in there, but so basically, yeah, that's what's happening. But the truth of the matter is, I'm also wearing my John Constantine shirt, as you can see. The truth of the matter is, that's not actually why he's leaving. He's not playing him on the show. He's playing a different character from DC Comics, but he's just not playing John Constantine on the show. So they've done this before. This one actor they dropped the main character that they're playing, and they decided to, the showrunners and writers decided to have them play another character. So he'll still be on the show. He's just not playing John Constantine anymore. Phil Klemmer, I think this is him right here, the showrunner. One of them with the other guys were talking about it at Comic-Con and whatnot, saying Matt Ryan's obviously, the characters, they did all they could and whatnot, and that's actually not true. But what they said right here is that while Sarah, Ava are going to get their happy ending, you likely won't be able to see the same about John Constantine, whose journey on the Wave Rider, which is the ship that they use to travel through time. That's the ship that they all live on, and that's their obviously main source of time travel, is coming to an end. And I don't know who wrote this article, but there's supposed to be a space right here with is, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like they put Wave Rider is. So anyways, I'm just looking at that. It's a grammar error. So it says his journey on the Wave Rider is coming to an end in season 6. Also, Dominic Purcell, who plays Heat Wave, will be leaving the show. Mick Rory, he plays Mick Rory / Heat Wave. He's leaving the show at the end of this season. He won't be on the show probably in the last season, which it looks like season 7 will be the last. They're just not saying that yet. It looks like it is too. I'll tell you why. It says Phil Klemmer said that with Ryan adding it's all of it's not going to work because that's not in John Constantine's DNA, unfortunately. That being said, Matt Ryan isn't going anywhere. He will remain on the show as a regular series in season 7 because he is going to be playing a completely new and original character. He's going to be playing a character called Dr. Gwen Davies, an eccentric scientist from Welsh who's obviously British as well. So it works out because he's British and John Constantine is British as well. So is Matt Ryan, the actor. So he's the most authentic one from the early 20th century, who may prove to be a pivotal ally for the time travelers, ally for the chaotic time travelers. They gave away the season 7 plot here actually at the end. It says in season 7, the legends are stranded at a particular time and place, said Klemmer. They have been deprived of their ability to time travel, and so Matt's character becomes the possible salvation for our team. He says that the producer is particularly excited about seeing the team navigate this current situation without all of the technology they come to depend on. It's more of a real-world odyssey, said Klemmer. There's something so charming about watching superheroes have to deal with totally real-world, frustrating, annoying situations. It's fun to strand you guys because it provides a different kind of challenge. Half of them don't have superpowers though, if not most of them, obviously. So, but I've been watching this show obviously since the beginning. Him and the other showrunner were there. His name is the other guy's name is Kido Samizu, and obviously Phil Klemmer. So what's very strange is that before season 6 is almost over, they already gave away the plot for season 7. I don't know why they did that, because that's never what's supposed to happen before another show. One show is supposed to end its current season before the next season starts. You already given away what's going to happen. So we already know that the DC Legends obviously are going to lose the Wave Rider. They won't be able to time travel, so I don't know how they're going to get around. Gideon's going to be a real person, flesh and blood, like she usually was. The actress that played her and does her voice, she's right here. Gideon's usually an AI system, but the person that plays her, this woman right here, she's going to be her actually in the flesh, so she won't be no longer an AI system, so she won't be linked to any technology or the Wave Rider, so she'll be able to help them still, but she's going to be limited. Amy Lois Pemberton, this is her right here, who plays Gideon, their AI system. She's like kind of like their Zordon. She appears on the screen, but Zordon's on an AI system, obviously. It was the Power Rangers, obviously, leader, obviously, guide, but he was an AI system. That's what they had Alpha 5 for, because Alpha 5 was a robot, obviously, slash, I guess you could say android, not really android, but it's still robot, anyway, either way, but on the Power Rangers. But anyways, yeah, she's going to be as her regular self, as she is right here, throughout the whole season. She won't be the AI system anymore. That's like the big, huge, big, huge blue head, obviously, with no hair and whatnot. They had her play her real self as Gideon on the show a couple of times, but now she's going to be playing her probably for most of the half of the next season. So that's what's happening. That's what's weird. So the whole idea is and this is how they fixed it to make it work perfectly. John Constantine's character is substituted for another character, but this character is so important because he's specifically the character that they need, a scientist who knows all about time travel, who's going to help the team. So they already gave away the season 7 plot. Season 6 is about to be over in about 4 or 5 weeks, with like about 5-6 episodes left. They'll be back this upcoming Sunday. I don't know why they gave that away, but that's actually not why John Constantine's leaving. The CW TV producers and network, they've been doing this for like months and years now. Years now. They're moving away from their old original TV shows that they've been had on for years now. The original superhero shows like the Green Arrow and Black Lightning and whatnot. They're not doing any spin-offs. They put all this money and all this time into them, and all the actors and actresses actually work on these episodes, and they actually hype it up and make you think it's going to happen, but that actually doesn't happen. Green Arrow is supposed to have the spin-off of the Green Arrow and the Canaries, which was supposed to see Oliver Queen and his kids obviously take his place. They hyped that up and they showed it to us that this was going to happen. They had the backdoor pilot episodes, and they canceled it 6 months later, and they said the show was not going to be greenlit, or was not given the green light. They did the same thing with Painkiller and Black Lightning. He was supposed to have his own show, and now he's obviously, they said that on announced it on the day the show was actually over. The final episode of Black Lightning, in its fourth and final season, episode 13, just about 2 months ago now, that he's not getting his own spin-off show. And obviously they won't be doing another spin-off show of Legends of Tomorrow. Everybody's going to be gone. John Constantine's not getting his own show. I already knew about this years ago, but they already announced that they weren't doing that. I have it right here. I remember I looked it up. This was in 2019. The CW president, Mark Pedowitz, he revealed that he hasn't had any talks about reviving the Constantine series. This was in February. Where was this? This was 2 years ago. I think it was anyways, it was 2 years ago from now, which is 2019. They said that he's going to remain on the show, but he will not be having his own series, obviously. Right here. Matt Ryan Daily, some fan account of Matt Ryan, obviously put this out years ago. Yeah, so they said this years ago. John Constantine's not getting his own show. He'll remain on the Legends of Tomorrow until the show is over. But obviously, unfortunately, that's obviously not the case. What's happening is this right here. The reason why he's no longer going to be on the show is because of this. They lied at the CW. You guys lied. You're not telling the truth. I already knew about this months ago. This was announced in February, right here. John Constantine reboot is in the works at HBO Max from J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot, his company. J.J. Abrams, the director, with Guy Bolton says the writer. This was February 17th, 2021, about 6-7 months ago. So I already knew about this, but what people didn't know, if you haven't been paying attention, is that's the reason why. It says Matt Ryan's done as Constantine due to HBO Max's woke J.J. Abrams production of version of John Constantine, which will see John Constantine being played by a black guy. He will be. They said it in here that he's not going to be sticking. They're not going to be sticking to his religious, I would say, issues of in the show. They're going to do something else as far as the origin goes. They're going to stick to him fighting monsters and I don't know what else, monsters and whatnot. But he's not going to be fighting. He's not going to be doing anything religious. So it says right here, additional details for the J.J. Abrams version of the series will be a darker reinvention of John Constantine and will be different from any of the previous projects based on the character, and the show is said to be less focused on religion and more focused on the horror elements from the Constantine comic book. So him fighting zombies, werewolves, and Dracula, and the Frankenstein, and the Loch Ness monster, and the Swamp monster, and Bigfoot. But he won't be, but less religious space, which, him going up against archangels, demons, ghosts, demonic possessions, hellhounds. We'll see less of that, but it's supposed to be on HBO Max. J.J. Abrams is producing it, and it will see John Constantine being played by a black guy. Put it in here that he wants somebody, a BIPOC character of color. And it'll be a black John Constantine. It's supposed to be very dark, and it'll probably be out next year, 2022. The trailer will probably be out before this year's over. But that's the reason why, obviously, Matt Ryan is no longer playing John Constantine. It's not because, we've done all we could with the character. No, that's a bunch of BS. You guys just didn't want to put that out there and say that, but you have to do your own research to find this out. Yeah, more articles right here. DC's John Constantine, played by Matt Ryan, will be leaving Legends of Tomorrow because of the J.J. Abrams rebooting the character. Yes, that's exactly why he's no longer playing him. They didn't say that, though, but you have to look this up yourself or you wouldn't know. But I already knew this. I already knew the reboot was happening months ago. That article from right here, I found that out months ago when it was announced on Deadline. I just didn't know Matt Ryan was leaving the show. That was never announced at all. So they just put this out today. 2 days ago, and the show's season 6 is not even over yet. And by the way, why would you give away the plot for season 7? I'll tell you why. They really don't care about this show anymore. They're tired of it, and they're tired of their old shows too. The Flash, Green Arrow. They just wanted to get rid of them and be done with them. That's why Oliver Queen, played by Stephen Amell, didn't even want to come back to the Green Arrow because he was like, I'm done with it. But they offered him lots of money. That's why he came back, and that's exactly what he admitted to. Grant Gustin's kind of done with The Flash too, but they got one more season. They said The Flash can still go on, and his kid Bart Allen, obviously son, and Nora could take his place. That's probably not going to happen. But they're, like I said, the CW TV network is moving away from their older shows. They're focusing on the new ones, and they're trying to move away from superhero shows, as you can see, to a certain degree. That's why their new shows really aren't like exciting, like the Kung Fu show they just have on there, the live action Powderpuff Girls that is about to come out, the Naomi show that's supposed to be a comic book character that gets her powers after Superman visits her town. I mean, those really don't mean anything. Don't mean anything to me. There's obviously Stargirl, Batwoman, and obviously what's the other show? Superman and Lois. But like I said, those are superhero shows, a couple of them. But those are newer shows. The older shows, they're, like I said, they're moved away from them. That's why they're not doing any more spin-off shows. They're not reviving the shows. They're just done with them. As I've said previously, you know, I have all the Constantine, besides him being on the Dark Legends comics movie that was animated that came out a couple years ago. They had on CW Seed. Matt Ryan played it, and obviously had his own movie that came out a couple years ago called, right here, Constantine City of Demons, the movie. I have it right here, as you can see. I got this about 3-4 months ago. He's playing the character as well, doing the voice. Right here, this is obviously this is when he first obviously was Constantine, the first time ever, which was in 2014, going into 2015, on his NBC show. It was only one season, 13 episodes. I had the Blu-ray DVD here. It was only 13 episodes, one season. NBC canceled it. That's the first time he was ever John Constantine ever. That's how he all started. Now we know, obviously, right here, Keanu Reeves is right here, the first one who ever did it, and this is how it all started ever. So it doesn't matter if Keanu Reeves or Matt Ryan's playing John Constantine. Just the fact of the matter is obviously now it's being a reboot, obviously on HBO Max, and he's not playing him, Matt Ryan or Keanu Reeves, obviously. If Keanu Reeves got a chance to play him in a sequel, I believe he said he would a couple months ago. I think I saw an article about that. But the CW TV network is not being honest about that. There isn't no, we love the character and this and that. And no, it's because HBO Max says they're taking, giving him his own show, and you guys can't use him. That's exactly what's going on. So that's why he's no longer going to be on. Matt Ryan will no longer be playing John Constantine on the CW TV network on the DC Legends of Tomorrow show anymore after this season, which is season 6. They're about almost done with it, 5 more episodes. He's no longer going to be playing him anymore because, as I said, you can see all these articles because J.J. Abrams is making it a dark version of John Constantine on HBO Max, and they're no longer giving CW TV network the rights to that. I don't know what's going on with that, but if I'm not mistaken, this kind of deals with what's going on with the John Diggle, aka Dave Ramsey, playing the Green Lantern on the show. The Green Lantern's supposed to have an HBO Max show as well, the character, next year. So that's why he's not going to put the ring on or dress up in the suit as the Green Lantern. You won't see that at all. They just teased it, but you won't see it because HBO Max has obviously taken that. If I'm not mistaken, Warner Brothers is affiliated and it owns both of these networks. If I'm not mistaken, HBO Max is Warner Brothers, and I believe the CW TV network is owned by the Warner Brothers, which is the WB, which is I believe what it used to be. So I believe they're owned by the same people, but they're just the HBO Max department is more gritty and dark because it's no limit because they can be rated R on the shows because it's online. It's not on cable TV, obviously, so they can do whatever they want. They can curse, smoke cigarettes, alcohol, people get shot, you can see the blood, stuff like that, obviously, because it's on HBO Max, just like the Snyder Cut. And the Superman versus Batman, Dawn of Justice, and whatnot, all those movies that are on there. So that's why they're doing that. He's being taken away from there and being, it's just like with Marvel and their MCU whole ordeal. Marvel Cinematic Universe and whatnot. These characters won't be on here, but you can watch them on Disney Plus because we're taking them off of Netflix because obviously they have the rights to them, obviously, and so that's what's going on. So that's the reason why Matt Ryan's no longer going to be playing him. It's not because, the character, we've done all we can. No, it's because John Constantine's reboot is going to be on HBO Max fronted by the Bad Robot Company, which is J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams will be behind it, obviously, and that's obviously what's going to happen. So I'm not happy about it. I just saw this out of nowhere. take this whole ordeal. The news came out of nowhere, but this is what happens, obviously, when multiple obviously companies have their hands on all these different things and rights. So characters get taken off this show and they can't appear on this show or in these movies, and like they're limited. So that's why I see people are saying, are we going to see Charlie Cox as Daredevil ever again? And if we do, can he be in the next Spider-Man movie? I have no idea, since the Netflix show is obviously no longer on Netflix anymore. So we can still get it on DVD, but obviously you just can't watch it on there anymore. And obviously all the other shows that they had on there, including the Jessica, oh god, I forgot her name, Luke Cage, The Punisher, Daredevil, I forgot her name. Jessica. It wasn't Jessica Knight. It was Luke Cage, The Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist. I think it was Jessica Knight, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot her name. It was Jessica something. But anyways, yeah, all those shows, the Marvels, the Defenders, they took that down too. So basically, that's basically what's going on. Yeah, so that's basically what's going on. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's basically it. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it. It's Jessica Jones. Excuse me, I was getting her confused with Misty Knight, who was on multiple shows, obviously, affiliated with them. Yeah, she was supposed to have her show with Colleen Wing, but they don't have that, so that didn't happen either. So, and then obviously Iron Fist ended, and Luke Cage as well. So that's basically what's happening. Oh yes, I also wanted to talk about this because this is something I've seen a couple of times now. As I was looking for articles to talk about the show and the current episodes, this was just a couple days ago, 12 days ago. What was it? Let me see, 18? About 10. Yeah, either way. This is on Distractify.com. Is DC Legends of Tomorrow canceled? The Wave Rider crew could be saying goodbye. The show is not canceled, but it's getting a 7th season, which will be airing in the fall. But I wanted to read this right here. It's not being canceled. However, the good news only applies to the 2021 through 2022 television season, where it's going to be getting a 7th season. But besides that, they don't know. Read this right here. It says the season 7 will premiere on October 13th, 2021, which is about 5 months from now. Currently, there is an unknown number of episodes. Unfortunately, it appears the amount of viewers watching the show has been dwindling, with the current season 6 premiere only netting an estimated 500,000 viewers. Comparatively, season 1 premiered with no more than 3 million viewers. The best way to ensure an 8th season would be encourage others to watch the show before it's too late. So I've been seeing this for weeks now. The show is losing ratings. It's been going down. Lots of people were not interested in the first half of this season, which was just basically them figuring out and finding where Sarah Lance is in space, because she was abducted by aliens and they're fighting aliens and traveling through time to fight them in different different times, obviously, and different settings and whatnot throughout history. And also something to look for to see. Basically, this whole season was this. The first 7 episodes were where's Sarah Lance at? She's lost in space. They were trying to find her. Half of the season, they got her back now. The first half of the season is, okay, we got her back now. Let's get back to finding out where these aliens are and stop him. It's only been going on for a couple episodes, but as we saw in this, if you watch the Comic-Con trailer, if you go on their YouTube and type in Legends of Tomorrow Comic-Con trailer just this week, you'll look at the results and you can see it. I saw on TV promos their YouTube channel that you see the trailer. Bishop, the character, the bad guy from a couple weeks ago, who plays like a Disney villain, dancing, singing, always telling Sarah Lance, I'm gonna kill you and all this stuff. Like he captured her and made clones of her. He's back, so he didn't die. So that was basically kind of stupid how they kind of made him still the villain, but they made it look like he was gone. Because remember, if you saw the episode a couple weeks ago, he was trying to upload his consciousness online to the cloud, and apparently, as you saw it looked like they stopped him, right? And Sarah Lance blew up his whole entire colony, his ship. He died, but they made you think he was dead. Now he's back in the flesh and saying, I'm back now, and now I'm here to take you guys out. So I was like, okay, so how is he alive? Because he was trying to upload his consciousness to the online, to the cloud. He was stopped. The whole entire ship was blown up. So how was he able to survive and make another copy of himself into a human flesh? Obviously, how was he able to do that? They're gonna have to explain that. So he's the bad guy slash villain for the remainder of this current season, which is season 6, and that's basically it. So that's like it was really weird and it's a waste. He's dead, but now he's back, but they didn't. I hope they show exactly what happened, because it looked like he was done, because he hasn't been seen in like about 5 episodes now since they destroyed his ship. So I was like, and him on it while he was trying to currently upload himself digitally online. He was not able to make a copy of himself, so a copy of himself physically with human flesh and bones. But that's what's going on right now. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll see what happens, but yeah, like I said, it sucks. Matt Ryan will no longer be playing John Constantine, obviously on the CW TV network, but that's obviously not due to them moving into a different direction as far as the story and the character. Kind of know we know what we wanted to do, and we kind of are fulfilled with his journey, and they're kind of saying is like, we've done all we can type of ordeal is what they're saying in their speech. That's actually not true. That's a lie. They just can't say that, I guess, because of contract reasons and NDAs. But the truth is, if you go online and you look John Constantine, type in on any search engine John Constantine HBO Max, you'll see multiple articles come up, which is the truth. John Constantine right here will no longer be played by Matt Ryan on the CW, because J.J. Abrams is going to be making his own version of the show, which will be out next year in 2022. So that's the reason why. It's not based off of anything other than HBO Max is doing their own version of John Constantine, and they snatched it away from the CW and said, you guys can't use it anymore. So that's what's going on. And isn't it funny how it all works out? They based the whole entire season 7 plot around the fact that his new character is a scientist, and it was all about time travel, which is going to help them on the show with the Legends, because they no longer will be able to time travel without the Wave Rider anymore, because the ship's probably going to be evaporated, destroyed, or erased through time. I don't know what's going to happen, but isn't that kind of weird how it works out? His character specifically, this new character that he's going to be playing, because he's not playing John Constantine anymore, his new character that he's going to be playing is a scientist that knows all about time travel from the 18th century. He knows all about time travel, so he can help them out because he's the key. So isn't that crazy how they had to switch the whole entire plot? Obviously, from season 7, which it's not even out yet. It's going to be in October. Why do you already know about this? It's going to be August now, but I guess they figure, well, hey, what the hell? We're already telling you John Constantine's gone, so we'll just tell you this, and not keep it under wraps. I would have liked it if it would have came out probably like the week when the season 6 finale was going to be happening, the season finale, but you just gave it away like 5 episodes early. Like, why would you do that? But it's because they don't care. That's why. They don't care about the show, and that's basically it. So just, hey, take it. We're throwing this out. Is the season going to be over after this? The show going to be over after season 7? More than likely, it will be, based on how the ratings are going. I know a lot of people weren't excited and happy. Obviously, you can look online, read ratings, look on YouTube Comics, obviously on their trailers for the next episodes. People were bored, like 6, 7 episodes. Where's Sarah Lance? We're gonna get her. We're gonna obviously apprehend her and obviously help her out, get her back. People got obviously sick of that for 6, 7 episodes. Now it's a couple episodes after that, it's like, oh, we're taking care of this little Furby-like character of an alien, and now that alien's gone. Now we're doing regular missions where we're trying to go back in time to stop aliens, obviously, from screwing up time. But obviously now it's, Bishop's back, so now we have to deal with him. So I'm like, that makes no sense, but that's what's going on in the show, and it's just stupid. I just don't understand why they would put it out so early. But like I said, actually I do understand. Like I said, they don't care. They're really sick of the show, so they just say, we don't care, just throw it out there. Don't even worry about waiting until a couple months now to find out what's going to happen. Obviously, a couple weeks, because usually when a show ends its current season, they tell you about the new season usually the week that episode is going to air on TV. So 2-3 days after, maybe the same day, they tell you what's going to happen. They're going to give you a preview, slightly obviously, what's going to happen in the next season. But they just gave away this whole entire plot of what's going to happen, obviously, in season 7, way before season 6 has obviously ended its season. Obviously, there's 5 episodes left, so you're already telling me what's going to happen. So I already know. The Legends of Tomorrow are going to lose the Wave Rider. They will not be able to time travel, and John Constantine is going to be gone. But Matt Ryan's playing a new character. He's not playing John Constantine anymore. He's playing an eccentric Welsh, British because he's obviously from the UK, scientist who knows all about time travel, and he's going to help them, and he's going to be their guy. He's going to be their Lewis and Clark, for example, to navigate through time. So that's basically what's going on. It's really dumb, super disrespectful, disgusting to obviously Matt Ryan, obviously, but he's fine, obviously happy playing another character, as he said. But obviously, if you ask him, would you like to have your own season 2 of Constantine on that network or somewhere else, I'm sure he would say, of course, and anytime I can have it, I would want it back, because the character, obviously, and on that show, obviously, him playing John Constantine, he was not able to, the show ended with the first season, and it was a cliffhanger, and he was not able to pick that up, and it's not going to be picked up, it looks like, ever again. The CW TV network said 2 years ago they're not going to give him his own show to revive and pick up where he left off on NBC's show, where obviously he had 13 episodes, and obviously after the 13th one, it was over, the show was over. So that's what's going on right now. No explanation about if they're, as far as what's going to happen with the season 8, obviously, if there's going to be one. I don't know if there will be, but as we can see, obviously, with them showing us this current season, season 6, obviously, and the ratings dipping, it doesn't look like that's going to be obviously taking place. But I don't understand that. You're supposed to get people excited for your show, obviously, but it looks like with secrecy, obviously, and a mystery, but they're not doing that. They're just giving away the plot for this next season before the sixth one is obviously, which is currently going on right now, is almost over. So that's weird. But like I said, that's what's going on. I don't know what's gonna happen, obviously, on the rest of the show and whatnot. Who is leaving next season? No idea, obviously, but we'll see what happens. But that's basically it. Like I said before, if you've seen this, obviously, if you're a John Constantine fan, let me know what you have to think about this, obviously, and of course, how do you feel about this? If you haven't been watching the show for a while, are you surprised? Are you not surprised? Are you tired of superhero shows? Obviously, I know a lot of people say that they're burned out by them, and reasons why they're pissed off, obviously, is because stuff like this just randomly happens, and there is no truth to the explanation. They just said, well, it's time, we've done a lot with the character and whatnot, and sometimes you just gotta know who that character is. It's like, what does that even mean? But that's obviously not the truth. The truth of the matter is, again, is right here. John Constantine, played by Matt Ryan, will no longer be on the CW TV network Legends of Tomorrow show, because J.J. Abrams is rebooting the character on HBO Max. That's the truth, and that's the fact. It's not because they're John's going down a dark path and this and that, and there's no turning back. No, it's because he can't play the character anymore, because HBO Max is in the process of writing his reboot, writing a show that they're going to have on HBO Max, obviously, J.J. Abrams and his Bad Robot Company. So that's what's going to happen. So that's basically the end of that. It just sucks. We know that his final episode of him playing him is going to obviously be a terrible ending for him. I don't know how they're going to bring in the other character from the 18th century where he plays the scientist. How that's going to happen, I have no idea. Is he going to throw his consciousness into that person, and his Constantine's body is going to be gone? So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But that's what is taking place right now. So that's basically it. That's the end of my video. Thank you again for watching, and let me know what you have to think about this. If you obviously are a John Constantine fan like me, it just sucks. I'm just really why would you give that away? And then obviously they're letting him go, and then him play another character. That all works out in the end. Obviously, the new character that he's going to be playing is essentially what they need in order to survive throughout the next season. And like I said, after them, they lost the ability to use the Wave Rider a couple times, so this will be nothing new, but it'll just be a lot more different, because they'll have it probably less throughout the whole show next season. I don't know when they're going to get it back, but they probably won't be able to time travel, barely, if not that much, obviously. They'll probably only be limited to what they can do, obviously, because that's essentially what they're doing. I love how they said real-world problems and the superheroes. I'm like, they deal with real-world problems all the time, because half of them don't even have powers. But yes, they're able to time travel and stop, obviously, bad guys and whatnot, and take down monsters and aliens and whatnot, but that's essentially it. But we'll see what happens on the rest of the show. But like I said before, it sucks that Matt Ryan will no longer be playing John Constantine on the CW TV network, and I don't know if he'll ever play him again anywhere else. He's making appearances on Lucifer's show, but I don't really care about that because I don't watch that show. I think it sucks, and I don't want to. I'm not interested in watching it. If only he was having his own. I heard he was supposed to be making appearances on the Swamp TV show or something. I have no idea. I haven't watched him, but I just want him in his own show again, because the last show he had was years ago, in 2014, going into 2015, and he didn't get to, obviously, it ended on a cliffhanger and the show was canceled, and he didn't get to obviously pick up where he left off and fix the characters, the characters' mistakes, obviously, and obviously there was a lot of question marks that need to be answered on the show, obviously, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know, but it just sucks that this is taking place. We'll see what happens in the rest of the season for the currently season 6 of Legends of Tomorrow. Obviously, what's going to happen in season 7. More than likely, season 7 will be the last season, as I said before, and we'll just see what happens with that. Like I said, based off of this, with the ratings and whatnot dipping down, it could be the last season. That's probably what's going to happen. More than likely, next season will be over. Probably tell us halfway through the season that that's not going to be renewed for an 8th one. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's basically what's going to happen. That's basically the end of my video. Thank you again for watching, and that's all I have to say about this. In the subject matter of John Constantine, who has been played by Matt Ryan on the CW TV network for about the last 4 or 5 years now. He first appeared on Green Arrow, and now he obviously joined the cast of Legends of Tomorrow, has been a recurring cast member for the past couple of years, but no longer he will be playing him, because obviously HBO Max is taking the character over, and J.J. Abrams is going to be making it his own solo reboot version of John Constantine, which will more likely air next year in 2022, and which will probably see a physical trailer before this year is over. Thank you again for watching. That's all I have to say about this. Again, thanks. Bye.